Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Money Mondays. I am flying solo today. Belinda has the day off. Today will be a pretty quick presentation, but I have two topics today. Number one is a brand new topic, and number two is just a reminder from next week last week, excuse me, as we head towards the deadline for GPCOG's Housing Opportunity Program grant. So we will jump right into it. Before we do, quick reminder or a quick announcement. We're going to take the holiday season off, so Money Mondays will return January 6th. So we are taking the next couple of weeks off, and we will start the machine back up and the money machine back up on January 6th. So with that, let's jump right into it. Topic number one today is the Maine Business Recovery and Resilience Fund. You've probably heard of this, but round two is currently open, so it is worth talking about. And as I talk about this, I will drop, if you don't have it in the chat, I will drop this in your chat. That is a direct link to the program guidelines in the DECD website. And it's important to realize this is round two, and there's probably a little bit room to get some good funding for possibly some of your local businesses for some future activity, which is good. So this was $10 million allocated last year for the three storms that were in late 2023 and the January storms in 2024. And I highlighted right here on this slide, they must include efforts to increase businesses' resilience to future storms and other climate conditions. The reason why I highlighted that is good verbiage to realize that perhaps you could apply for a not just recovering from the storm, but a future activity. And so to that point, here are some allowable expenses. Building and facility repair is the obvious one. Trail and outdoor recreation infrastructure, moving electrical infrastructure, moving business equipment, relocating the business within Maine, or investing in additional insurance. So again, these are all allowable activities for this grant. And the unallowable activities, which are pretty common for these types of things: depreciation, entertainment, lobbying, goods and services for personal use, and any fines, damages, penalties, or settlements. Damages doesn't mean damages to the physical equipment to the building. Damages are an example of like a lawsuit against the business. But again, if you back this up and look at the allowable uses for this grant, they're pretty broad. And so if you have a business that might have received structural damage or other type of harm earlier this year in the ice storms that we had, this is a great opportunity to help offset that harm, but also look ahead to the future and perhaps to apply for a project that they may not have otherwise funded on their own with their own working capital. January 14th, that's the deadline for this. It's a pretty straightforward application. Again, this application would be for a private business in your town or your city. But if you're an economic development director or a communications director and you have a ground game to try to reach your local businesses, this is probably worth letting them know. Round two is open. January 14th is the deadline. Application process isn't too difficult. It does require a little bit of spreadsheet work on the side of the business owner, but it really shouldn't be anything that's above and beyond what the business owner was probably already keeping track of as far as expenses are concerned in that time frame of the storm. So January 14th, second round of the $10 million allocation for storm recovery, but you can also look towards the future to build your resilience. Secondly, I won't spend a ton of time on this because I did this last week, but this is just a reminder. I just put the Survey Monkey in our chat. This is a reminder that we have a deadline here at GPCOG of this Thursday for if you're interested in the Housing Opportunity Program grant. The way this works is GPCOG is considered a service provider. And essentially, we're going to apply for $150,000 to provide some sort of housing services for our municipal members. So the question to you is, if there's anything lingering or a $20,000 or $30,000 project that you may not typically get the support of council, or you don't have the budget for it, but you think it would really help move along the housing discussion or housing activities, please fill out that Survey Monkey. It should only take you 5 minutes. We're not asking for a lot of detail. We're just asking for a high level request from everybody. And then after the 19th, it's going to close on our end. And we're going to spend probably right after the holiday, we're going to get together as an entire group and say, okay, which one of these activities are we going to include in our application? We'll probably get the grant. It's designed a lot for regional planning organizations and councils of governments. And we're probably going to include somewhere between 3 and 7 projects, depending on the size of the asks. And just as a quick reminder, again, this was last week, so I don't want to waste too much of your time, but here on your screen are examples of things that you can request from GPCOG. And there is another list. And if you look down at the bottom, there is an other category. So if there's something on your mind or something you guys have been kicking around and you think that GPCOG could be of use, please don't be afraid to click the other category and just give us a brief description of what you need. And again, the deadline for that is on December 19th for us at GPCOG. And then we have about 3 weeks to turn around our application. Here's 2 links to the 2 things I discussed today, but I'm going to put them in your chat one more time because a few people have come in while I'm talking. So here is a link to the storm recovery through the DCD website. This is for private businesses that might need to build their resilience or recover from storm harm. And here's another active link to GPCOG's internal SurveyMonkey if you are interested in being our partner to get some housing work done for you and your municipality. So with that, it's going to be super quick today because no Belinda. Appreciate you guys stopping in. As a reminder, we're taking a hiatus. We'll be back on January 6th. If I don't talk to you personally, I hope everybody has a great holiday. Check out those 2 links. Email me directly if you have any questions. I am here for you if you run into anything that you need some help on. And with that, everybody enjoy the rest of the week. Thank you.